Dear besties, if you are looking into getting a sponsored job, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot be applying for jobs the same way someone that is not looking for a sponsored job would be applying. So, the first thing I want you to do before you apply for that job so that you will not waste your time is go online and search for Sponsorship List UK. Now, when you put that online, two sites will come up. The first website will be a UK government website. Leave that, that's not what we are talking about. Now, the second one, click on it. Now, when you click on it, put the name of the company. You will see provision to put the organization's name, the location. Put that. Now, you would immediately see if the company is sponsored or not. And take note when putting the name or even the location, ensuring that you are putting the right name, because there are some organizations, especially organizations in the NHS, where the name you know it to be may even be more complicated. For instance, if you are applying into a company that the name is something like NHS Foundation Trust, ensure that you are putting the right name, because some of them are registered as a sponsor in a different name than maybe you know. But you would always know the name of the company to put, because in a job vacancy, ideally they will put their full name. Now, the reason why this is very important is so that you would not waste your time. So you've seen this job vacancy before you rush to apply, because if you don't need sponsorship, and let me say you're applying for the job of a healthcare assistant, you just apply, right? Yes, but not for you that needs sponsorship, because you don't want to waste your time. And here, unfortunately, in fact, there are lots of companies that once you start the job application process, they would ask you clearly, do you need sponsorship? Once you answer yes, automatically your application gets rejected. In fact, they don't even need a human being to see the application. The ATS would literally remove you. Like, there are times when you're applying for a job and in like 30 minutes after you apply, they're rejecting you immediately. It's because there is something you've said yes to that they don't want. Now, of course, this is not to say that you should say no, you don't need sponsorship, because if you get the job offer and they realize that you need sponsorship, they will take back the job. Let me tell you, these people, they do not play. So don't even waste your time. Don't play. If you need sponsorship, be upfront about it. There is no need to hide. But what you can do for yourself so that you will not waste your time is to check that list. Also, this list is very important if you are already sponsored and you don't know if your company still has the license, because the license is not forever. So it needs to be renewed. And there are some organizations that their license has actually expired. And maybe you are there, you've been sponsored by the company. If their license has expired or it has been revoked, your sponsorship is invalid. So it's also important, if you've been sponsored or you know anyone that has been sponsored, check the company and ensure that their license is still valid. Once you've seen that the company that you want to apply into can sponsor, then of course go ahead and apply, and don't fear, just apply and good luck. Now, if you are unsure if a company sponsors or not, let's say you've checked that website and nothing is there, but you still want to apply to that company, you can actually send an email or call them, because in every job application there's usually a contact information. It could be an email address of the resourcing officer, or it could be a phone number. You can call them and clearly ask them if they sponsor you. Most times, because of this fear, a lot of us don't want to expressly ask employers if they sponsor, but it is better you actually save your own time, because one thing the UK will teach you is that you cannot persuade an employer to sponsor you. No matter the English you speak, you cannot persuade them to sponsor you. Yes, there are times where some people are like outliers. For instance, the company I'm currently working in, when I first came in, they were not sponsoring. In fact, they knew nothing about sponsorship. I was the one that told them about sponsorship. I made it clear that I require sponsorship. And guess what? I'm sponsored. So, yes, there are times where there can be outliers and where you can be that outlier. However, I've noticed that in bigger organizations like local authorities, local councils, it is difficult to actually persuade them, because there is so much bureaucracy. You're not dealing with just one person, you're dealing with HR, you're dealing with this, you're dealing with that. Of course, there are times when maybe you are such an amazing candidate and there is provision for that sponsorship. And yes, they can actually entertain that. The good thing is you can pave the way for other people coming behind you. But in cases where you've asked them and they've told you they don't sponsor, see, it's okay, oh, leave them. Leave them. Leave them. Another way to know if a company sponsors is through word of mouth. One thing that a lot of us, especially Nigerians, are good at is in sharing information. Well, this is from my own experience, so I may be wrong because I've heard people say, oh, Nigerians don't share information, international people, we don't like to share information. I don't know, that has not been my experience. From my understanding, a lot of people actually share information such that it is easy to know companies that sponsor. Very easy, because once one Nigerian is there, the likelihood of many people joining will just be a lot. Now, of course, for me personally, I don't like intrusive questions. I don't like when someone just comes to me and say, oh, where do you work? Come on, I don't even know you. Why are you asking me that question? But in all, if you're applying into a company and you already know people that work there, even if it is one person, you can actually ask them if their organization sponsors. And one great way of knowing people that work in an organization, you can use your LinkedIn profile to actually check, and you will see some people that work there. So now I've mentioned three main ways to know if a company sponsors so you won't waste your time. The first is the sponsorship list website. The second is actually outrightly asking the company if they sponsor. And the third is through word of mouth. Now let's say you've done all of these things and you want more ways to actually get visa sponsorship jobs. Let's go online again. Now go online and search for find a job. That's all you need to type in, and you will see that website. Click on the website and you will see provisions to put your details. In the first bit, put visa sponsorship. In the second bit, put the city you want to be in, and you will see a lot of visa sponsorship jobs. Now take note, once you've put visa sponsorship in the first part, you are going to be shown various vacancies, both the ones that have visa sponsorship and the ones that do not have visa sponsorship. Any vacancy where they've mentioned visa sponsorship in the city you are in would come up. But in fact, as I'm talking, I will show you an example of a vacancy where it is clear that it's a visa sponsorship job, and I would also show you an example of one where they will tell you they cannot sponsor. But the good thing about putting that visa sponsorship is you just know clearly this one sponsors, this one does not sponsor. Now, if you want to even go deeper, say go deeper, mommy. If you want to go deeper, you can filter. In that filter, you can put things like your minimum salary or your maximum salary. You can put things like your work environment. Do you want it to be hybrid, fully remote? And what do you want? You can also go to the advanced search where you can put further details. Now, this is a site that can help you if you desperately need a visa sponsorship job. So on that note, besties, I'll be introducing something very special to you, my very own course on how to land your dream job. If you followed me for quite some time, you will know that I have consistently created content regarding job interviews because I am so passionate and knowledgeable about how to land your dream job. Now, for this course, it's mainly three modules. The first module is on how to draft your CV in an acceptable UK standard. The second is all about visa sponsorship jobs. I would give you all the tea that I know. Of course, in this video, I've said some things already, but then we're going to go deeper. Then the third, you're going to see a practical illustration of me applying to various jobs. What I mean is, I will be showing you step by step, real life illustration of me applying to a job in the NHS, a job in a skilled trade, and a corporate job. So you will see it clearly. You would also have a CV template, meaning you will know exactly the format for your CV for you to get that dream job. Now, I would also add my ebook guide for job interviews. In short, this is like an overflowing course. It's literally going to be you buying a course and getting a lot of things to help you get that dream job. If this sounds like something that you would like to get, see, just go and click the link in the description box, because once it launches, the price increases. Right now, the price goes for £49, but by the 23rd of March, or if you are watching this and it is after the 23rd of March 2025, the price has increased already, and it will keep increasing because the value in that course as well as the bonus it is so worth it. So you can click the link in the description box or comment link and I will send the link personally to you. All right, let's go on with our video. My loves, I wish you the very best because I know what it feels like firsthand to desire a visa sponsorship job and not get one. And I know that, see, for people normally getting a job is a lot. Now, getting a visa sponsorship job is a lot lotter. But with the right tips, with the right techniques, it's actually quite doable. But one thing I don't want you to do is to be so desperate or having that scarcity mentality that you just take just anything or you just do just anything. I say it clearly to everyone that cares to listen that, see, sometimes that post-study visa may even be better than your visa sponsorship job. Yes. Yes. So it's okay to take your time and actually get a good job that will sponsor you. Now, of course, not everyone would have that privilege or that luxury. For instance, if your post-study visa is even running out, it can even be more dicey. But one thing I would always say that I say to myself, God did not bring me this far to leave me stranded. So that should be your own testimony or your own affirmation because see, you've not come here just to count bridge and go back. You've come here to actually achieve your dreams. And of course, there are people that achieving their dreams could be to just come here, study, for instance, and just go back home. And that is still valid. But if your dream is to come here, work, even if it's for some years or forever, whatever your desires are, I really pray for you that God grants you your heart desires. You won't just get a visa sponsored job, you will get a job that comes with divine ease, not the one that gives you stress, anxiety, panic attack. Because no one deserves that. I wish you the best, my loves. I'm going to be linking up a video that would help you regarding job interviews. And of course, if you want a one-on-one consultation with me, click the link in the description box for that and my other service. If you have any question, put it in the comment section, please. So I'll answer it. Until I see you next time, my love. Stay blessed, remain happy. Bye.